good?
Is it going?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was waiting for the music to start.
Oh.
This storm will kill you.
Look! I'm telling you! You know what I mean,
But
folks?
if rich people aren't looking out for us, who is?
It makes no difference which one of us you vote for. Either way, your planet is doomed.
You're listening to the Our Take Podcast with Bryan Sherman.
He had a full head, all the way till the end. It was white, and I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get like the full head, and it was really hard to cut it off.
And Spencer Rogers.
To be a good pilot, you have to be able to make good decisions. And I know what my credit score is, so I know I don't make good decisions.
This is the Our Take Podcast.
From Scary Parrot Media Studios in Ogden, Utah, it's the Our Take Podcast, episode 161. I'm Bryan.
I'm Spencer.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Sorry for the delay. It's October the 10th. On this day in history, in 1933, United Airlines Boeing 247 explosion.
1933.
Yeah, in one of the oldest unsolved cases in aviation history, the airplane, which was flying from Newark, New Jersey to Oakland, California, exploded midair and crashed near Chesterton, Indiana. All 7 passengers and crew members died in the incident. To this day, it is not known what and who caused the explosion. They threw a who in there.
Oh.
I don't know if they needed to do that unless they know something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow, that is an old plane. It's kind of weird that in 1933, aviation took off pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
We were already flying that big of a long-haul flight.
Across the continent.
Yeah. And it's not a very big plane, so it probably took a while.
I don't understand plane fuel.
What?
Like, how does it have enough fuel?
Wow. It's in the wings.
I know, but the wings don't look that big.
They are, though. It's in the wings and a little bit of the belly, too.
Yeah. It's weird, though. It's weird to me. But you're right. But, like,
kind of strange. It's probably Illuminati.
What is
Freemasons.
Miles per gallon of
I will ask.
Of a plane compared to a car?
Let's see. What is the miles per gallon of a Boeing 737?
Yeah.
Something went wrong.
You can't know that information. MPG.
There it goes. Airplanes don't really use... Yeah, give me a...
But just let me know. The AI overview says 80 and 100. 80 to 100 miles per gallon per passenger. What? That's a weird way.
Yeah, this is too complicated. ChatGPT gave me a bunch of math equations, and I just wanted something simple. Summary, whole 737-800 less than 0.6 miles per gallon. Per passenger, full plane 90 to 100 miles per gallon equivalent.
Like, I understand weight is a thing.
Yeah.
But per passenger? So how many passengers does a 737 hold?
Like 170 or 80.
Let's just call it 170 then. Okay. 170 times 100. It gets 17,000 miles per gallon.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Am I doing the math right? The AI overview says 130 miles per gallon per passenger.
Oh, wait. It gave me the math here. It gave me... Okay. So, 530 miles... Okay, it cruises at 530 miles per hour. Okay?
Okay.
And it holds 850 gallons. That's crazy, right? That's a lot of fuel.
It's a lot, but it's also not.
My car carries 30.
Yeah, but it's a fucking plane.
I know. All right. So, and it can carry around 160 passengers. So,
okay.
530 miles divided by 850 gallons equals 0.62 miles per hour or miles per gallon for the whole plane. And then you divide that by the number of passengers.
Why? I just want to know.
0.62 divided by 160 passengers equals 99, less than 99 passengers per miles.
What is the average?
Just give me the freaking
MPG for a fully loaded 737. Depends on the specific model. Okay. I fucking get it.
Yeah,
a typical model, 160, 850 gallons per hour cruise. Oh, this is saying it burns 850 per hour, so it holds way more than 850.
Oh, it does say it burns 850. Holy crap!
Holy shit.
That is so much fuel.
That means the aircraft moves about 0.62 miles per gallon of fuel for the whole plane.
That's really bad.
Really bad. What is this Google AI overview saying it's 100 miles per gallon per passenger?
Well, it did give me the 0.62 miles per gallon for the whole plane, but then I guess factoring in passengers does.
This just blew my mind because in my mind I'm thinking that it's hard to see where all the fuel is stored on a plane. Ergo, it must get really good fuel economy.
Right.
And this is blowing that out of the water.
Right. This is bad.
Like your car gets 50 times this. 50 times the fuel. 1 gallon for a half a mile? That is pumping through some fuel. And that old notion that planes want to stay in the air is bullshit. 0.6 miles per gallon?
Oh, wow. So a 737-800 holds 6,875 gallons.
That's crazy.
I think I've miscalculated how much a gallon is. That's so many gallons.
6,000, you said?
Almost 7.
Almost 7,000.
A 737-900ER holds 7,800.
An Olympic-sized swimming pool holds 660,000 gallons.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
I need some way to visualize.
I still don't. Well, that's true because a lot of us haven't seen an Olympic-sized pool. Have you ever seen one in person? They're way bigger than you think.
Yeah, they are huge.
Like, we're not talking about your community pool here, 50 meters long, 25 meters wide. That's, yeah. I'm still confused as to where a 737 holds 7,000 gallons of fuel. I know it's in the wings, but they don't look that big.
Okay, so interesting. A typical highway fuel tanker, like the ones you see on the road carrying fuel, holds 8,000 to 9,000. So now it doesn't seem like that.
Now
much.
it doesn't seem like that much. It's still. So imagine if they got car fuel economy.
Well, then
I wonder if
probably wouldn't be as expensive.
A prop's got to get better because it's internal combustion, right?
Actually,
it's like a Cessna.
I don't know if they do.
Cessna miles per gallon. This says 15 to 22.
There is a new program that I think Airbus is working on because apparently, I haven't read enough about this to really talk about it, but apparently keeping the engine outside of that nacelle and making it more like a prop plane is actually way better for fuel economy.
Oh, and it's not hanging down?
It's still hanging down, but it would just have a big giant propeller instead of being in the nacelle, like the thing.
Like a jet instead of like a jet?
Yeah, but I mean, it would be the same concept because if you've ever looked at a jet engine,
I mean, it's compressing.
It has a propeller.
Yeah, but it's like compressing the air.
But it's a bigger propeller and then a jet engine behind it.
Because it's sucking in air. It's really slowing down the air, if I understand jets right. Right. Like, I don't know where I learned that. I think I was listening to a book that the airspeed of a jet, the intake of a jet engine actually can't. The airspeed's too much. Like, it has to slow it down for it to work appropriately.
Yeah, it's called an open rotor or open fan engine.
So you're saying,
I guess it's similar to what a turboprop engine is, but it's apparently just way more fuel efficient.
What's it called? Open rotor?
Yeah.
Engine?
Or open fan engine.
So they're going to put the fans on the outside?
Yeah, essentially.
Interesting. Huh. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have you ever fallen like all the way down the stairs?
No.
Me neither.
I took a step backwards once that was wildly, but it was still only like 4 or 5 steps, and I ended up like, my ankle still hurts to this day a little.
You took it backwards?
Yeah, I think I was stepping down backward. I don't remember.
Oh, like you were carrying something?
Yeah. I think I was carrying laundry.
I mean, I think all of us have done like the heel slip.
Right.
We go a little further than the edge.
Right.
I was just walking down the stairs a minute ago and thought it'd be really funny and would hurt really bad if I fell down these stairs. I wonder if Spencer ever fallen down the stairs.
I no.
The little
not
heel
to my
slip.
knowledge.
The heel slip doesn't hurt that bad. It's like,
Right, right.
It's not too bad.
I almost died the other day walking off a curb that I thought wasn't there.
The best is when you get to the top of the stairs and you think there's another one. So you take a high step.
Yeah.
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 Those kind of hurt.
Yeah.
Like depending on how your knee
You know, the older we get, the more it hurts.
yeah. Oh man, we redid Ollie's room.
Oh.
He's 4.
Yeah.
And so we painted it and put a new floor in. My whole body hurt for like 4 days.
Yeah. No, I mean my body hurts just
I put in laminate, the lock.
How
lock.
was that?
It sucks,
I'm about to do that in my house.
it sucks, but it's fast. You just get some knee pads.
Well, I already have.
Not those ones.
Oh.
Put away the furry cuffs.
I actually do have some somewhere for when I worked in the dairy at Smith's.
Yeah. I mean, if you can have another person cutting for you too, it's really nice.
My dad's gonna help me because I'm a millennial and I'm incapable of doing things by myself.
I got most of it done, and then my dad just showed up.
Oh.
Because Ashley was texting him like progress pictures, and he just showed up and helped me knock out the rest of it, which was nice. Then I had to put together his bed, which was so their rooms are small.
Right.
They're small rooms. So we got him this bed from Wayfair. It's a twin bed with like a cabinet shelving system on the side. So it goes against the wall.
Right.
So then he doesn't need a dresser taking up space in his room because he has all this and there's drawers under the bed.
Right.
But it took me like 4 hours, 5 hours to put together.
I put together a new kitchen cabinet pantry thing.
Yeah.
And the instructions were like, it's going to take 4 hours. I was like, no way. This is going to take 4 hours. And then I unboxed it and I was like, this is going to take me 6 hours.
Yeah.
And it took me like 5 hours.
Oh, you were over the mark?
Yeah.
I didn't even look at
I
how
maybe
long.
took a few breaks because I was just full of rage. And
you know what? It's important to take breaks. Unfortunately, I learned this from my dad to just go. Just go as hard as you can, as fast as you can.
It's weird because my dad always takes break, but I was always like, let's just get it done. Let's just get it done.
Yeah.
But lately, I'm definitely more on the break side.
My dad was never and is still not a break guy.
Huh.
He just goes until he literally can't go
Anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we did the floor, and then he was like, okay, I'll do baseboard while you start putting the bed together. Right?
Right.
So he's like getting the baseboard out, cutting it, and I look over a few minutes later, and he's sitting on the ground. He's like, I got to take a break. I can't move. Because he's diabetic now because of his pancreas.
Right.
And he's like, his blood sugar's at like 80. I'm like, Dad.
Yeah.
Your phone is beeping at you. Like, come on.
Grab some peanut butter.
Yeah. Do something. Did I ever tell you that we had when I worked at AT&T, we had a diabetic guy. Bad. Like his was volatile. Like it would drop out of nowhere.
Right.
He had an alarm that everybody around him could hear because
was that bad?
This happened frequently.
Oh.
So I was like a manager there, right? And I'd hear it beeping, and I'd have to go over to his customers and be like, Alex needs to come with me for a minute. Like, because
his parole officer is.
And he would start acting weird.
Really?
Yeah. And then one time, we called 911 a couple times. They had to come give him some glucose gel because there was a point where in the store, everybody was on a diet. So we had no sugar.
Well,
we had nothing with sugar in it.
Seems like you could make an exception.
No. We just didn't have anything in the store. Like, because all of us were.
Why didn't this guy prepare a little
better? He wasn't very good preparation. He wasn't good. Huh. But yeah, there was one time I was sitting back there with Dean, the other manager. We were chatting, and all of a sudden we kind of hear this weird banging, and we look over, and Alex is facing the inventory room door, like kicking it and like almost bonking his head. And we thought he was kind of a funny guy too, so we thought he was just like making a joke. No, he was out of it.
Oh,
like,
geez.
So you're like holding his mouth open, pouring in like Gatorade.
God, it feels like a workplace has
it
like.
was.
I don't know.
It was rough a couple times, but you're like, man, he is sitting there with customers right now, selling them a phone, probably just talking absolute nonsense, But yeah. Just drop. You hear this alarm going off in the store. He's over there ringing someone out.
Jeez. That's wild.
Yeah.
So we haven't been here for, I guess, a month.
Yeah,
and
stuff kept coming up. We had a show on a Thursday.
Right. And
so
then
we didn't record that Friday. And then stuff just kept happening.
But to be like completely candid, I am kind of burned out on Well,
Should
we
we make-
started this podcast
Should we-
talking about politics.
Should we make this our last episode?
No, I'm not burnt out on talking on the podcast. That's what I mean.
We started this podcast during the Brett Kavanaugh confirmation.
Brett Kavanaugh pissed us off enough where we were like, let's start a podcast.
Yeah.
And over the years, I think we've kind of drifted away from politics a lot, except when something really enrages us.
It's true. It used to be almost the whole show.
Right.
But
And
we realized we weren't changing anyone's minds.
well, it's more just that things have gotten so out of control that I just can't do it anymore. I can't I can't pay attention. I've had to like rework my TikTok feeds and my news out feeds. The stuff that is happening now is so crazy and outrageous that I have got to sort of separate myself from it a little because there's nothing I can do about it. And we actually talked about that with my therapist. It's like, you've got to just not.
You can't do unless you're going to be an activist,
right?
In a category,
right?
Like if you wanted to be an immigration activist, okay, you can be up on the news on immigration,
right?
But this constant barrage,
right,
of like the Aaron Parnas updates,
right,
is so fucking bad for us, so bad.
And after the Charlie Kirk incident, I was just like, I don't really want to talk on the podcast because I feel like we're going to have to talk about it, and I don't want to.
Nah, we don't need to. And I went to Portland to visit my brother, right? He's also
war-torn Portland.
Was war-torn completely. I got shot at.
At least.
Yeah. I was arrested by ICE.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I had a tan. So.
Yeah.
No, I went up there and we were talking. He is also on the left, right? And we were talking about some people close to us and their opinions, and we're like, they're just kind of ignorant, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've talked about this on the show before, that if I could be ignorant again, I would do it.
That was my thought recently. Is like, there are people
who don't know,
who just have no clue what's going on at all in the country.
Yeah.
And they live life.
They're happy.
They just don't know about it.
They don't know. So, a couple months ago,
Uh-huh.
so Spencer's been managing our social media.
Right.
Because I deleted all of them from my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I deleted TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. The only one I still have is Show of Hands because I like to ask polls for the show.
Right.
But I don't scroll through it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I deleted my Google News feed. I turned it off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any news notifications. I broke my habit. At work, often I would be loading up AP or KSL constantly throughout the day. I don't do it anymore. And I got to tell you, I didn't even know the government was shutting down. Like, I was in Portland when it happened with my brother.
Right.
And he brought it up. I was like, oh, shit, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on? He's like, oh, it's shutting down. I'm like, well, I'm not surprised, but okay. And I, for a long time, believed that you couldn't, once you removed the cloak of ignorance, you couldn't put it back on.
Right.
I'm here to tell you, you can put it back on.
Huh.
You just you just have to delete all that shit and try not to talk about it with anyone.
Yeah. You know, did I say this? Who did I say this to? I think, you know, our parents and their generation, the generation before them, they kind of had a no talking politics rule.
Yes.
Like, it was just not something you talked about.
No, you just voted when every 2 years.
Beginning to wonder if maybe there was something to that.
Not only that, they had nightly half an hour or 1 hour news.
Right.
And that was it.
That's it.
One anchor that they watched,
The
just
newspaper.
doing the newspaper and the big stories. That was it. Now we're inundated, like I said, like the Aaron Parnases of the world, who just read headlines to us that are terrible.
Right.
Just for us to watch, just to get us to click on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, he's getting paid.
Right.
And it's awful.
Right.
So, you want my advice? You and everyone listening, delete all of that. You don't come here. Don't come to our show for political news anymore, because
so I still watch Kimmel and Colbert, and, you know, I feel like it's okay because they just make fun of the dumb stuff. They just, you know, I've shied away from Daily Show because they're a little more.
Even those ones make you aware, though.
It's true.
You know,
I just like those guys.
They're funny, and I will say that they, at least for Colbert especially, he is always serving a joke.
Right.
Right. Everything is about a joke. That was his philosophy on the Colbert Report as well, which was we talk about heavy stuff, but it's always in service of a joke.
Right.
So I get it, but then you also can't help but leave the show thinking about
That's true.
the crazy thing.
True.
You know?
But I have my Facebook feed. I delete anything that's political. My TikTok, I redid the algorithm, and it seems like it's all kind of vanished. I do feel a little better. I'm not dwelling on it as much. After Charlie Kirk,
Oh.
I spent some nights
It was
awake,
Yeah.
just thinking about what having to talk to the people that had opposite opinions of me, and just all of that. And so that was when I was like, and then when Kimmel got pulled off the air,
Oh, it was big.
that was really the breaking point for me.
Yeah.
To just pull everything, because that was like, oh my God, they're taking away free speech,
And
I had to just distance myself.
the people voted with their wallets.
I was shocked that happened, and
Enough people canceled Disney and ESPN
right.
and Paramount.
No, Paramount's Colbert. Not enough people canceled.
Enough
Paramount.
people canceled to scare them into going back.
Well, that, and I think actors were like, we're not going to work for you.
Right.
We're,
Well,
you
money.
you don't support free speech.
The money talks.
So next Avengers,
Yeah.
you're going to have to find a no-name
Yeah.
cast.
Well, so like I don't want to sound hopeless by any means, but if there's something that at least I've learned
Mhm.
since doing this show is I know people who for many years listened to us regularly and still would be like, I just don't know. I just don't know if I can vote for Hillary.
Right.
Or I just don't know if I can vote for Biden. Maybe it wasn't Hillary because that was the first election, right?
Right.
I don't know if I can vote for Biden. I don't know. I just can't bring myself to vote for Kamala. These are people who listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that we have the greatest opinions or that we're really trying to convert anybody by any means, but what I realize is it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You're not going to convince anybody.
No.
So there's no point in really talking about it anymore. Just vote all I can ask you to do is vote every 2 years. That's it.
Vote every 2 years, and
try to inform yourselves. Like
but you gotta. The people think they're informed because they listen to Candace Owens and
no.
And I'm trying to think of a left-wing example. But I had to reflect myself a little bit after Charlie Kirk and realize, I mean, I do watch a little news, but I get most of my news from Colbert, a Daily Show.
Yeah.
So
you're kind of doing the same thing.
I'm kind of doing the same thing.
No, it's true. You got to be careful because I was talking to someone very close to me about this, and the conversation was kind of spreading across all categories. But at one point they said something like, I can't stand Gavin Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I know that Gavin Newsom is the governor of California. I know he's a front-running candidate for president if he wants to. Other than that, I don't know him. I don't So I asked this person, have you ever listened to Gavin Newsom talk? Have you ever read his policy? Have you been to his website? Anything that informs your opinion? No. Why don't you like him? Because he mishandled the fires. The fire, sure, maybe he did. Maybe he did. Can you give me an example?
Right.
And so when I talk about informing yourself, I'm not talking about watching or even reading the news. I'm talking about go to the candidate's website.
Right.
And just read their positions.
Right.
Listen to a speech or two from them and say, do I agree with that speech? Right? Because the same person was also telling me how much they think that the left just propagates fear. And I was like, are you serious?
The left, yeah.
I said, this Trump's first speech coming down the escalator. He came down the escalator and his first speech was Mexico is sending murderers and rapists.
Right.
His third speech after the Pulse nightclub shooting was, we got to ban all Muslims. You're saying that the left propagates fear? I think the left is afraid.
Yeah, that's true. They're
yeah,
afraid of the right.
I think they're afraid, but they're not the ones propagating it. This guy's making you afraid of anyone not like you.
They invent things to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Regularly. Like Cracker Barrel or male cheerleaders or
Yeah.
transgender people or
Anyway.
it's wild, man.
Here we are talking about how we're not going to talk about politics.
Anyway,
about
I
politics.
just wanted to throw that out there that if you listen to us for politics, unless something's really pressing, I don't think we're going to talk about it.
That's probably not going to
'Cause
come up
I'm
that much.
just kind of over it.
I'll talk about Portland because I was there.
Right.
Once again, I had no idea until my brother who lives there. So my brother lives there. He is a...
You had no idea it was a war zone until
I had
your
no
brother-
idea. He is the owner, operator of several restaurants up there. And so I went to visit him for a few days. He just bought a house. And one of his all of his restaurants they're in Portland.
Mhm.
Like Portland proper.
Right.
There's some downtown, there's some just a few blocks away. They're in Portland, okay? They're not in the suburbs.
Right.
He lives a little bit in one kind of suburb. But all of his restaurants, and the main one we were hanging out at has this cool patio. It's called Lardo. If you live in Portland, go eat at Lardo. I hung out with him there for most of the days because he was the restaurant. They serve a lot of beer, and they were doing a beer fest.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on the patio. They had a musician there each night playing. His name's Johnny Franco. He's great. And it was like the second day, my brother's like, "Hey, Trump's sending the National Guard here." I was like, "What? What?" He's like, "Yeah." So then I'm like, "Well, I don't read the news," so I pulled up Reddit and just quickly searched, Portland and Trump, and sure enough, he is threatening to deploy. And the next day, I read an article that the governor and mayor of Portland called Trump and were like, "What are you talking about?" And he literally said to the press the next day,
Uh-huh.
"I guess the things I'm seeing on TV aren't real."
Yeah, because the things he was seeing on TV
Were from 2020.
from 2020, and
But-
Fox News rolled it, and no one has told him, I guess?
That's not the issue.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that our president is getting his intelligence from the television. Like,
He skips his briefing and just...
well, we have government for a reason. Why didn't he just call the governor of Portland
Right.
or of Oregon? Why did he say he was going to deploy and then the governor and mayor had to reach out to him? Why didn't he just call them and say, "Hey, governor, is everything okay in your state? Do you need help?"
Right.
And so I'm looking at the news, and yeah, there's protests at the ICE building in Portland, but literally the pictures from that day were middle-aged women,
Right.
And so then he didn't send them, and then he did, and we heard helicopters a couple times from, I guess it was Homeland Security. I don't know.
Stupid.
So no, I was in Portland. I had two different people text me, "Are you okay?" One of them was not Spencer. He didn't
Sorry.
care.
Well, that's because I knew Portland wasn't actually under siege.
No, I was in Portland downtown, like in the heart of Portland. I went to Powell Books. If you've ever been to Portland, Powell Books is in the center of everything. I went there. I shopped for books. I went out and listened to another busker on the corner of the street. There was nothing going on. Nothing. It was It was a normal days in Portland. I was there for 5 days. 4 days. It was a normal time.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know. And this is why I have to tune it out. 'Cause
Yeah,
like,
it's all bullshit.
what are you like?
Yeah.
Do we have this dumb of a? Anyway, I don't know. So, moving on to things that are much more uplifting. No, actually not. So, earlier in the year, in January, my girlfriend Sarah, and we talked about this back then. I don't know if we've really talked about it since.
Preface, she's had serious lung issues.
Well, yeah. So in January, we went to the doctor because she was having what she thought was was it why is this escaping my brain right now?
Well, she was having esophageal problems.
Yes,
Yes.
esophagus problems,
Yeah.
acid reflux is what she was, and as a result, she was having problems breathing.
Yeah.
And she had no idea that it would turn into what it was. And when we got there, her blood oxygen level was in the 70s,
Which is
maybe even
crazy low.
60s. And they told us to go to the emergency room. So we went to the emergency room, and they, took some pictures of her lungs, and it's been this whole ordeal. She was on oxygen, or she still is, but not as much as she had. She used to have to be on it pretty much all day. Now she's only on it occasionally when she needs to exert herself.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, she's been able to do okay. So for example, let me last in April, she was still on oxygen all the time, and we were still going to hockey games, trying to get her out of the house. And so we would go to a hockey game. I would drop her off in front of the Delta Center, and she would have one oxygen tank. And if she has it on the 2 or 3 setting, it lasts, I think, 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
I think 3. And that's what she needed to be on at the time, was at least at the minimum 2, 3 if she was 3 or 4 if she was exerting, like walking. So I would drop her off. We would go inside, and I would bring an extra tank. So we had 2 tanks.
Yeah.
When we went in, and she would have to get a wheelchair to where we were going, just to save on oxygen. Well, just because it was hard to walk.
Right.
And then she would get a wheelchair back, and then I'd pick her up. And that was April of this year. So we went to a hockey game last week, the preseason game, and I still dropped her off, but we only brought 1 tank, and we were able to walk all the way to our seats, climb upstairs. She was on minimal oxygen on 1. And then she walked all the way back to the car with me. So
Progress.
Progress has been made.
Yeah.
And we went to she went to a pulmonologist with Tanner Clinic, and immediately he's like, I'm going to refer you to the University of Utah's pulmonary program, the super specialists.
Right.
But there was like a 6-month wait.
This is like out of his pay grade.
Basically.
Yeah.
So he did everything he could, but I think we went to see him in probably February, and the wait was till August to see the University of Utah. And so she goes to the U, and they run a lot of tests, like tests on everything.
Yeah.
This is like a super pulmonologist, not just a pulmonologist. I don't know. An extra few years of training.
Some sort of fellowship.
Right. And they get some results back, and she's like, well, I'm going to take these results, and I'm going to present them to a conference of pulmonary doctors.
All right.
So she presents it to the conference, and there is a unanimous decision as to what has been causing the issues with her lungs.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it is my birds.
Rough news.
Right. Now,
Spencer has quite a few birds.
I do. I have, so backstory on why I have so many birds. I started off with 1, then 2, then 3.
Life finds a way.
Right. Then 4. Okay. And then 2 started mating in 2020.
Yep.
And there were 4 babies. And I was like, I'm not going to sell these to people because they won't take care of them. And then they had 4 more babies, and I tried to give some of them away. I said, you can have these birds for free, but if you can't take care of them, give them back.
Yeah.
And they did, and I got a bonus bird with that one.
Okay.
And over the years, since 2020, they've had babies. Now I've gotten way better at stopping them. They don't have babies anymore.
Yeah,
but I have accumulated 20 cockatiels and 8 parakeets.
Yeah. You had decoy eggs for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, my house is only like 800 square feet.
Yeah.
And the cockatiels are very dusty birds, and they spread a lot of dust.
Yeah.
And why this didn't occur to any of the pulmonologists before, why it took so long, I don't know.
Why they
It is
think
what
like
it
maybe
is.
there's something environmental going on here.
But initially, before she presented to the group, we were like, well, maybe we can manage this with steroids or something. But after presenting to the group, she was told that if she just continues to be around the birds, her life expectancy is 7 to 9 years.
Holy shit.
Right. So, that was
When did you get that?
that
news?
was last Friday.
God damn.
She was like, the doctor was like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ruin your weekend. So she called Friday
my
at like
God.
4 and told us that. I mean, could be. It's not like for sure you're going to die. You know, there's still hope. There's not I can't remember what they're called. There's not fibrosis or scarring yet. But she was like, because my Sarah told her we can't get rid of the birds. It's not an option. And she was like, you have to, or you're gonna die essentially.
Yeah.
So I have decided to part ways with the majority of my birds, and it wasn't, to be perfectly frank and honest, having this many birds has been weighing on my mind for a while now.
Yeah.
I never set out to have this many, and they do take up a whole room in my little house. So part of me is like, the getting rid of them part isn't really stressing me out, like the parting ways with them. What is stressing me out is how the hell I'm going to do it. Because you can't just go to a rescue. Well, you can, but they're probably going to be like, you have how many birds that you need to give us?
I mean, have you tried?
I have. So on Monday, I reached out to a Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab, which is about 6 hours away, that keeps birds the way I did in kind of an aviary style. And they told me that the person that makes decisions is gone till today.
Okay.
And that they would pass along my email. So hopefully I'll hear back from them. I'm hoping they'll take some of them.
Sure.
If they don't, then it's going to be rough trying to find homes for all these birds. But yeah, so we're hoping that once the birds are gone, there's so much. My house is so dusty. We're running 5 filters, and there's still dust everywhere.
You need to get a crew. You know what? Ashley just hired a crew
Really,
to come deep clean a few of our rooms.
that's going to be a possibility.
Yeah.
'Cause
It wasn't that bad either.
I didn't realize how dirty the bird room was.
Yeah.
Till the other day, I ran my hand across the wall and turned it over, and it was like there was chalk from the dust.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
We got to get this taken care of. So yeah, that's the update on that. Wasn't last Friday. Wasn't expecting the 7 to 9 years bit.
That is crazy.
That was pretty wild. So in the long run, I think it's good for everyone, but I'm just worried about finding homes for all these birds if this Kanab place won't take any of them.
Yeah.
So if you know anyone
I mean,
that wants 17 cockatiels,
you might have to split them up,
right?
right? And you might just have to kind of trust people. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
The biggest worry is that because of the way I've kept them all these years, they've never been in cages.
Right.
They have their own room, and that's their cage. So it is going to be a crazy adjustment for some of them to go into cages. And a lot of them, I didn't spend enough time with them, and they're not really friendly.
Yeah.
They're not mean. They're just not. They're kind of scared of people.
Right.
So I don't know. It's been a whole thing, and it's been stressful.
Have you thought about putting them in cages now to try and kind of wane into that?
Yeah, I got to buy a bunch of cages anyways because I'm wherever they go, they're gonna have to be transported.
Yeah.
So I've been up on Facebook Marketplace and stuff looking for cages and all that sort of stuff. But the good news is that I will get my room back.
Yeah.
And I'll have an office.
So how many are you going to keep?
Just 2. Just my original one and her firstborn daughter.
And Sarah's doctors think that 2 is okay?
We're gonna try.
Mm.
We're thinking it's gonna be okay, but if it doesn't clear up, then these two are birds that I'm not just gonna give to anyone.
Yeah.
So if that does happen, then it'll be an exhaustive search for the right home for where they need to go. But we're gonna clean the shit out of the house. Like we're gonna clean the walls. We're gonna repaint. We're stripping out the carpet in that room, and we're gonna put laminate down like you just did.
Yeah.
Same in probably my room. We're gonna clean. The walls are just, there's so much dust flying through the house that I'm like, man, I don't know why we didn't do this earlier. Why no one?
Why you didn't think of it?
Yeah. Why it took us so long to get here? We could have been. So hopefully, there'll be some improvement.
Yeah.
Or more improvement, and we can get her completely off oxygen, and back to work and back to normal.
Yeah.
Once some of these birds are in new homes, but that is where my brain has been over the past few weeks or a week or so.
Yeah. A little overwhelming for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's it is what it is. I made some mistakes having this many birds. I should have been selling them and giving them out to begin with. I don't know why I ever thought.
I mean, there's got to be some bird lovers out there.
Oh, there are. There are places I can reach out to if this doesn't work out.
Well, I even just mean like people. Like, there's got to be,
Right.
You go hang out at PetSmart and wait for people to start looking at the birds. Be like, hey, come to my trunk.
I'll give you 8 parakeets.
Yeah.
Free.
I'll pay you.
Free.
I'll give you $100 to take 8 parakeets.
Seriously.
Right? It's like giving away money. It's fucking easy, man.
Oh, man. But, yeah. So, in other news, hockey season has started.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I am sporting my new Utah Mammoth jersey that went on sale last week.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm pretty excited about.
And has your mood lifted now that hockey season is back?
A little bit. I did a few weeks ago. I looked at Sarah and I was like, Sarah, what if hockey season comes back and I'm still depressed? I think just because of all the other stresses in life that I am still kind of meh. But we went to a game and that was fun. We're going to 4 games in the next week and a half, I think.
Yeah. How are you finding tickets? Doing it the same way?
For the first 2 games, Sarah's sister and brother-in-law make way more money than I do.
Yeah.
And they have season tickets in the lower bowl, but for some reason they also bought season tickets in the upper bowl, I think, to gift to people. And they have gifted us 2 games so far.
Nice.
3 games, actually. And then Smith's is running their I think they made a mistake because they put the website up and it said tickets, because they raised it from $10 to $15.
Bastards. Yeah.
But it went up and all the codes from last year were still working and the tickets were ringing up for 10. But I did manage to get 3 games before they pulled it down.
What is that special? Like, you have to buy something else?
Yeah, you're supposed to if you spend $20, you get 2 tickets for $10. If you spend $40, you get 4. If you spend $80, you get 8.
Okay.
But the codes are the same regardless.
And do you have to use like a special credit card? No. Oh, it's just a Smith's if you spend 20.
They print out the code on your receipt, but the code is the same. It's
Gotcha.
easy. It's the same for every receipt, and it still works.
So you could just give me the code right now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I could. It's Smith's 40, Smith's 20, and Smith's 80.
So, and they all 3 work. Like, there's no other condition.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's not. You don't have to go buy 8 tickets for one game. You can buy 8 different games.
Gotcha.
But,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Interesting. And they're like top.
Yeah, it's up there.
Nosebleeds.
If you do it right, you can kind of get better. Some of the sections they have are a little bit better, but they They haven't redone the upper bowl yet. They did the lower bowl, and it's pretty nice. Like
Yeah.
it's so steep. I think it might be the steepest.
The lower bowl now?
Yeah, on the ends, they made
Oh,
this
right.
new, innovative. I guess no one else has it. System that retracts up and down and
Yeah.
forward for basketball and hockey, but because of the need for the basketball, it's seriously so steep.
So they make it steep for hockey and
Yeah.
then shallow it out
Right.
for basketball?
Right. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Really quick, this is old news, but I put
yeah.
this in the rundown.
Yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah, have you seen? I'm going to show you the video real quick. Oh, why close my text messages?
Yeah, I remember.
So the Phillies Karen. This is again old news, but I want to drop my opinion on this real quick.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Oh man, this woman, I tell you what. Okay, let me pause and go to my screen.
So
Okay, so this is a Phillies baseball game.
right,
Guy hits a home run.
right.
We're following the ball into the stands. Okay, it's down in between the seats. A couple people reaching for it. Dude comes up with it, walking over to his family, gives it to his maybe 10-year-old son. Woman comes over, grabs man by the arm, starts yelling in his face,
Okay. So
and she's screaming at him, yelling at him. Boy looks a little sad, obviously.
right.
The woman is still yelling at him. He takes the ball out of his son's mitt and gives it to the woman and waves her off, and she walks back to her seat. She's probably mid-40s, early 50s maybe.
Right. So this caused
It was quite the stir.
a whole hubbub, right? People were I don't know if this woman ever got identified or what. There was
Man.
a lot of
They got it.
there was a lot of rumors like that she, I don't think she actually lost her job or
They
anything like
ruined a
that.
couple other women's weeks, though.
Yeah.
Like, because they found names of women who looked like her.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
were destroyed.
Yeah.
And the people had to, like, go on the news and be like, it wasn't me.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me just say this. I don't like this whole give the kid the ball thing.
Did you?
Because I'm here to tell you right now, okay? If I catch a puck at a hockey game, there's no way in hell I'm turning around and giving it to a kid.
That's not the same thing.
Look, I know. She went crazy. It did land right in front of her, but she didn't get it.
She didn't get it.
She didn't get it.
No.
Okay? So her reaction is crazy.
No.
She's just, I wouldn't go after anybody like this.
No one. I don't think anyone. Well, I can only speak for myself.
Right.
I would never expect anyone to give, if I went there with Quinn or Ollie, my
Mhm.
children.
Right.
I would never expect someone, even sitting right next to them, who
Mhm.
caught a puck or a ball, to hand it to them. Maybe
Right.
they have kids at home.
Right.
Maybe they're just a fan and they want the puck.
Right.
I would never expect that. However, I would have never given this ball to this woman.
Oh, no. Hell no. She
In
could.
fact, the minute she touched me,
Right. Right? Yeah, I'm surprised that he gave it to her and just relented. I know she went crazy.
did
but
you see the other angles where you can hear what she's saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
She claims that she had it and he took it out of her. Like,
That's-
you watch
it's
the
very
video.
clear that she didn't.
Unless she's
have
got go-go gadget arms.
Right.
There's no way she's
Right.
reaching above
It's
from
acting
above.
like he took it out of her hand.
No.
Not even close. It actually landed like in the seat in front of her.
Yes, there's no way she reached all the
So-
way over that seat. Yeah.
Look, I understand the hate, but like I was at a hockey game last year and a puck landed a few rows over and this girl got it and the lady behind us starts yelling at her. It's like, give it to a kid.
Oh, really?
Give it to a kid.
So that's
I'm like,
why I can speak for myself.
And I'm
'cause
like,
there might be
what?
some people.
You can go yourself. That kid has a lot more life to live to catch a puck than I do. So, I'm going to keep this.
No, yeah, I wouldn't. I personally would never expect anyone to do that. Right?
Right.
Whoever ends up with it, it's like rugby rules, in my opinion.
Right.
If you end up with it, you end up with it.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't have a good grip on it, I don't know what to tell you. You know, but no, I was very surprised. Like, that man is much more
Calm.
agreeable and gracious than I would have been.
Right.
You know, there's no way I would have taken it out of my kid's mitt.
No.
No way.
No.
Not a chance.
No way. That's
So-
nuts.
Yeah, it's just a horrible woman.
Yeah. She deserves whatever came about to her. Well,
And,
I don't know.
and
Maybe
it should
not.
serve as a lesson to just assume that you're always being recorded.
Right, especially now.
Yeah, we live in a world now where no one's really opposed to cancel culture anymore.
Right.
No one's opposed. You can claim you are, but then you want to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. Right.
Right.
So, so just you have to assume I'm always being recorded. I'm always being watched. If I'm not on my best behavior, I might make it to the internet.
Right.
It's just the way of the world now.
Right.
Be careful. Yeah. Philly's Karen.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Anne Fantasia?
No.
Now, I may be dumb, right? But this is something I just learned about, and I don't remember where I learned about it from. But did you know, I'm sure you do, because you did psychology, that there are people who can't picture things in their mind?
Oh, I mean, I assumed. Like, I always assumed that like for blind people,
Right. I
If
never
they're-
even thought about that.
especially if they're blind from birth.
Right.
If you go blind later in life, there's probably a buffer period where you still picture things,
Mm-hmm.
but then it probably goes away after a certain amount of time. Definitely, if you're born blind, you have no concept.
Right.
Yeah.
So the example they give is that if you ask someone to imagine an apple, they literally can't conjure an image of an apple.
Yeah.
Like, I can do that.
Oh yeah.
I see an apple,
Yeah.
and I just think I don't understand how, like, if you lose your car keys, how do you even have a resemblance of what?
You just keep looking until it fits. It's like a puzzle piece that's missing, right?
Mhm.
And then when you see the thing that fits that puzzle piece, you're like, bam, there it is. You know?
Another thing I learned about the brain is there are some people who don't have a voice in their head.
Mm.
And I thought to myself, that actually might be fantastic.
Like, do you? Well, let's talk about this to see if we're different from each other. When you say a voice in your head, like when you're thinking through a problem or something, you hear a voice, or you just, like, for lack of a better word, picture a voice? Like,
I guess.
you imagine a voice? Is
Guess
it
that
your
would be-
voice?
Yes.
Because I
Or
don't.
whatever I think my voice sounds like.
I don't really like. I've always struggled reading fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like it very much. I
Okay.
can listen to fiction, and I can read nonfiction.
Uh-huh.
I don't enjoy reading fiction, and sometimes I've wondered, is it because I don't make voices in my head like that?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of reading the words.
Do I do that?
The voice one's different. The voice one is more challenging to pin down.
Right?
To think, like, do I have a voice in my head?
Right.
You know, how do I think?
Well, like for example,
Yeah.
this is the kind of thing that will run through my head. This voice will say, right? When you were outside, I was waiting for you. I looked up at the ceiling, and I was like, Spencer, you're so stupid. Why would you just screw screws into the ceiling without asking anyone? Like, why would you do that?
So your voice,
My voice
is very denigrating.
There's a lot of critiquing. Not all the time.
Mine's not super critical of me. Sometimes I'll say it out loud
Right.
to myself fully.
Right.
Like, you fucking moron. You know? But I'm not super critical. Now, I can say this. I just tried an experiment where I was like, think of my favorite song, like a vocalist,
Mhm.
right? So I was like, I imagined like an AFI song, and I can definitely hear Davey's voice in my head.
Right.
So I know I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But do I have a voice? Like, is my inner monologue a voice? I'm not sure if it is.
Like when you're up at night, when you
Yeah.
can't sleep because you're thinking about something, what is it that you're like? Is it not something that's like
Yeah, it's not
working,
really.
talking through something?
No, it's not really a voice. I don't think. I'll have to try it tomorrow morning.
It's just
when I
so
wake up.
weird that we all have. I just, for some reason I thought we were all just
The same.
the same.
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing some people can't picture things. They don't have a voice. Maybe I'm weird.
I mean, some people like synesthesia, like Pharrell, he sees colors for sounds, you know? And as songwriters,
right.
you can imagine that might actually make things a little easier,
Yeah.
you know? You're like, no, that color doesn't go with that color,
Right.
you know?
It does because the whole idea that I always say, if I can do it, you can do it.
That's
right?
not true.
That really made me think, oh, that may not be true.
No, it's definitely not true. It's one of those things I've learned over the years. One of those adages that we were always told as kids.
Right.
That you're like, wait, that's not fucking true at all.
Right.
You know? And that's one of them. Like, well, if I can do it, anyone can do it. That's not true. Some people are just better at things.
Or that where certain aspects of talent come from.
Yeah.
Like it's not always just practice. Like their brain is literally wired a different way, or they can see things differently.
Sometimes
that we don't really understand.
Sometimes I think the true talent, the God-given part, the divine part, is the desire to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right, yeah.
So I agree with you. I do believe that some people do have just gifts. But more often than not, I think it's actually that people have a desire to practice that then makes them good.
Right.
You know? Like I'm a pretty good drummer.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't always, though.
Right.
But I had a gift to want to practice.
Right. No, that is something. That is
Yeah.
what holds me back in almost everything that I do.
I think that's universal,
Mhm.
right? And you ask most goats of any category,
Right.
what is it? What made you good? And they're like, it's practice.
Right.
I practiced way more than anyone else. And
Right.
we talked about this with basketball
Right.
players.
Right.
Like always the best guy on the team isn't the best because he's the best. He's the best because he's there 2 hours early and stays 2 hours late shooting.
Right.
You know, like Steph wasn't always that great of a shot.
Mm-hmm.
He is that great of a shot because of his practice.
Right.
But practice, wanting to practice is the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as an NBA player, you're like, no, I got my multi-million-dollar contract. Fuck it.
Right.
You know? But he wanted to practice. He wanted to be better, and that's the talent.
I think that also the way that you see things. Like I was thinking about, and I got this analogy when I was playing Rocket League, because like every time you see an opportunity to shoot a goal, right? And I kind of equate it to hockey, I guess.
Yeah.
You see an opportunity, you take that opportunity, and then really it's either you make it or it gets intercepted somehow, right? You see the open shot.
Yeah.
And then I was like, there are just some players that see way more open shots or way more different opportunities,
Yes.
way more ways it could go than I ever could.
Yeah, they either see a smaller window,
Right.
or they're able to see many possible. It's like a chess player.
Right.
Someone who's good at chess sees like 6 moves ahead and every variation that could happen.
Right. Right.
Right? And then they know if I do this, it's hopefully going to manipulate him to do this. But if he doesn't, he's probably going to do this. And they can see like 6 of those ahead. That's crazy.
I know.
And I think hockey players are the same way, though. They can say, like, if I shoot this, it might get intercepted, but it'll probably bounce to my teammate over here.
Right.
Or it's going to bounce to my opponent, so I shouldn't shoot. I'm going to pass that. They can see all that in real time.
Right. And that's where I think the like actual why some people are more talented than others.
Yeah.
They just have something in their brain where they can see
Yeah.
more things. It's,
You know,
it's wild.
I've always wondered in sports that a fascinating study would be not necessarily about talent in the brain, but just pure physics, right? So you know how we see depth with parallax
Mm-hmm.
based on how our eyes are offset, right?
Right.
I've always thought, can we quantify the best in every sport, like the best shooters in basketball, the best shot takers in hockey and soccer, the best passers in football, or catchers or receivers?
Mm-hmm.
Can we measure their eye distance? What if
See if that's
what if there's
it
a
is?
correlation between how far apart your eyes are in that you have better parallax?
I'm sure that has to have been done, right?
I
That
don't
study
know.
has to have been done.
I don't know, but I think it's a brilliant hypothesis.
Makes sense to me.
You know, these guys are like fish eyes. All of them. They've just got wider parallax, you know. But then you're like, there's other things like bigger hands.
Right. Well, that's the thing that's most annoying is that we do all these studies and things
You can't eliminate
but
all the
there's
variables.
no way to ever know
No, you can't.
what that person sees or thinks. Like, I could see the color blue entirely differently than you.
Oh, this is a devastating,
And we would never know.
This is a devastating conversation because you can do it for everything like taste.
Right.
You know?
And there's just, I mean, just because something tastes good,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it tastes the same to
Tastes
you.
the same to you, right?
And the thing that you're describing, like, it's peppery. That may be two different things, right?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's any way to narrow it down ever.
It's frustrating.
But yes, I've had that conversation with myself and usually end up sweating. Trying to think of like, how do we make it? How do we make it here? I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
Real quick. So the other night I went to the Cartel concert, and as I was going through the crowd, I was being dragged through the crowd, to be honest. I had found a seat, and I was quite comfortable sitting in my seat, but they were like, come on, you should come up front for Cartel. And I was like, all right, fine. I'm 40 years old, but that's cool. This guy stops me and goes, do you know Danny Warner? Our good friend Danny, who's sometimes here with us. And I said, no. No.
Someone
don't want anything to do with
asks
that
you
guy.
if you know a Danny,
No.
Always respond with no.
I said, yes. And the guy said, I'm Danny's brother-in-law. I'd listened to your podcast.
Amazing.
And I just want to take this opportunity to apologize if I came off. I was being dragged against my no.
He wasn't being short with you.
I don't know if I was, but when I look back on it, I was like, because when he asked me if I knew Danny, I feel like I was like, yes.
Yeah.
What of it? And then
Did you pull out a marker and wait for him to hand you something to sign?
I just feel like I was so I apologize if he's listening and I came off as anything but
Oh, please, no
But
autographs.
Yeah,
I just can't do it anymore. We have a meet and greet later today.
if only.
Right. Hey, you got recognized from the show. That's
Yeah.
something. That's something.
Yeah.
So I told you I was in Portland, and I was flying back. And when you come back from Portland, you fly, obviously, from the west.
Yeah.
And they take a 90 over, like, South Davis County, kind of Layton, and then over the lake,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
The Great Salt Lake. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's gone. So I have here, and you might have to scoot over to see this. I have here a time lapse from Google Earth.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Starting at the year 2000 when it was very full. Mostly, I want you to focus on this area here.
Right.
This is the Farmington Bay area. This is the causeway to get out to Antelope Island. Okay, Layton, we're up here in Ogden-ish.
Antelope.
Buffalo Island.
Antelope piece of ground that's kind of
Right.
elevated.
So, yeah, so you focus on this area of water in front of the island, east of the island, and then also on this little strait in between West Farmington Bay and the island here. Okay, so I'm going to time lapse. We're on the year 2000 as we move forward here. Now we're 2006. Farmington Bay is almost all dry. Fills back up a little in 2011. Goes way down, and here we are in 2022. There is no look there. This is a land strait now in between West Farmington Bay, and it's no longer an island.
No, it's not.
It's connected by land, and this area. So I grew up in Farmington right here, and I used to be able to look out my window on this hill and just see water, all water in the 90s, and it's like a little river now in Farmington Bay, just a little tiny river. That's alarming.
Yeah, I wonder
This is the
if
shit.
it's like a natural cycle or if there's a lot more to it.
I think there is a cycle. So luckily, Google Earth does go back all the way to 1975.
Oh, really?
And it's pretty dry in 75. It looks a little. It's not nearly what it is now.
Right.
Actually, it does go back to 70 even. No, 70. Yeah. And then 84, it's way full because Utah flooded in 83 and 84. But no, that's crazy.
Well,
crazy low.
They are. They did. I know you're not watching the news, but Cox promised $200 million to work on getting it filled up. So we'll see. I don't know what the plan is.
You're gonna buy water from someone?
No. All you got to do is go to Walmart, buy some Dasani, and we're just going to start pouring it in. Dasani's got a lot of salt in it already, so I think it'll be good.
I mean, the dust storms that this is gonna create are just gonna be nasty, like arsenic in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$200
million. You think you can figure out how to fill a giant salt lake with $200 million?
They're gonna try. They're gonna try.
It was a couple years ago. They said they were gonna put a pipe in.
Yeah,
just
I remember.
It's simple.
It's a simple from the ocean,
right over the Sierra Nevada mountains. should be no problem. I mean, we built a railroad.
No more than $200 million.
The pump alone is like $4 billion.
Right.
Apparently, they do have pumps still from. I think it was from the 80s. They pumped water out because of the floods. I could be wrong.
No,
now those are some old
I
pumps. Those are 40-year-old pumps.
I remember hearing that somewhere.
Right. They run on I don't know what from the 80s. This is like a hand pump.
Hopes and dreams.
Yeah. Anyway, I was very alarmed flying over the lake coming into the airport there.
Yeah, it's rough.
Like this is not an exaggeration on Google Earth. Like it's an image, but it's a computer. No, that's what it looks like when you're flying. There's no water.
I remember when we played our show at Saltaire back in like 2008.
You could walk out to the water.
There was water right there, and now there's no water inside.
No, it's like a mile away.
Yeah,
that's true. I went out to Saltaire the other night, by the way. The night you guys went to Cartel, I went to Haim, the band Haim.
Huh.
And they were wonderful.
Huh.
They're one of Ashley's favorite bands, and I was thoroughly impressed. The ladies put on a good show.
Was it in or outside?
It was indoors.
Wow, haven't been to the show indoors.
I mean, it was pretty shitty weather that day, so they maybe would have been outside, but they didn't need to. There weren't a ton of people. They're not huge, so maybe 1,500 people there.
Oh wow!
So good show though. If you've never listened to Haim, Haim.
Sounds familiar though.
Yeah. Okay, I have two. I got two kind of ethical dilemmas. You're familiar with the trolley dilemma.
Oh, of course.
If just to recap it, there's two sets of tracks. The trolley is headed down the tracks. You see it's headed toward one stranger.
Mm-hmm.
He can't get out of the way.
Right.
I'm sorry, it's headed towards 5 strangers.
Okay.
Headed toward 5 strangers. They can't get out of the way. You are in charge of the switch, though, and you can throw a switch that would then send the trolley toward the one individual. So you throwing the switch saves 5 people but kills a guy who otherwise would have lived.
Right.
About half, maybe a little, I think it's more than half, people say they would throw the switch.
Right.
In this scenario.
Well, I don't know where you're going with this, but there's situations that change that
Oh, no,
dramatically.
for sure. There's many variations, but the
Right.
basic one is it's headed towards 5 people. You can throw a switch to switch it to 1.
Right.
Okay. The variation I want to talk with you about is the footbridge variation. Imagine a trolley is headed towards a group of 5 strangers.
Okay.
You're on a footbridge over the tracks.
Okay.
Next to you is standing a well-proportioned man who you know for sure would stop that trolley if he was placed in front of it, thereby saving the 5 people.
Okay.
Would you push that man off of the footbridge to save those 5 people?
What kind of question?
It's terrible. It's a terrible question. And the reason I'm asking you is I was listening to another podcast called Ologies, where they had on a psychologist who did hundreds of these variations in studies.
Right.
Right. And not very many people say they would push someone off, just so you know. It's like brain damaged people, a little bit of sociopath, not in a bad way. What they find is there's a giant emotional response to inflicting harm on someone.
Right.
Ergo pushing them
Right.
off of a bridge. There's a really large emotional response that's negative
Right.
for most people. With quote unquote normal brains.
My brain just goes immediately to, am I going to end up in prison?
Right. Well, that's another question.
Right.
So I asked my brother this question though, and he did not hesitate. He's like, "Oh, for sure. For sure I would push someone off." Now, I've known my brother my whole life.
Right.
And so first I was like, bullshit. There's no fucking way there's no way you would do that. You would push a stranger. I'm like, what about me? If I was standing there next to you, would you push me off to save those 5 strangers? And he said yes. I was like, you're so full of shit. But nevertheless, you answered that way.
Right.
Right? Would you push a stranger off of a footbridge to save 5 strangers?
No, I don't.
I wouldn't.
I don't think so.
No. If anything, I would just commiserate with him. I'd be
Right.
like, this is terrible.
Man, this sucks.
This is terrible. What a tragedy.
You could do. You know what I'd do? I'd try to talk him into it. You could.
You could stop that.
You could stop them.
You might get hurt.
You probably live.
And then give him crap afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe you didn't stop
Can't
that.
believe.
I'm clearly too small.
Yeah.
But you definitely.
way.
Okay, so the second question I have for you. We've talked a lot about right-wing fake news propaganda, and that we're pretty convinced that the Tucker Carlsons, Hannity's, Bill O'Reillys of the world are just actors.
Yeah.
Getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Which then begs the question, what's your number? Right?
Right.
Someone approached you. We need you to spew propaganda for 5 years. We're going to pay you $1 billion. Would you say yes to $1 billion?
This is harder than them pushing the.
This one's harder for you? Interesting. We want you to be the next Tucker. You're going to be on Fox, and you're just going to say whatever we tell you to say. We're trying to maintain power here and division. We want to keep the people divided. We need you to just say what we tell you to say. We're going to pay you $1 billion to do it for 5 years.
Here's what I think would happen to me. I think I would say yes.
Yeah.
I think I would spend the next 5 years miserable. I think that I would realize what I had done.
Yeah.
And the terrible effects that I had and the damage that I had done. And I would probably kill myself or something. Like, I don't know. I don't think it would end well for me.
So there's no number. I mean, I started at $1 billion just to go high.
I mean, like I said, I'd do it. I mean, whatever.
Right.
I gotta do.
But you think the guilt would be overwhelming.
I do.
That's interesting.
I do think it would be.
I think I got to somehow figure out how to put this on show of hands. But here's the interesting part. Now, this is in no way, my brother doesn't listen to this show, right? He doesn't care.
Way to support us.
Right.
Yeah.
That being said, he said for sure he would take like $10 million. And I found it so ironically funny that he would push a stranger off of a footbridge to save 5 people from death, but that he would gladly take $10 million to spew lies and hate that sow division.
It's funny.
It's so ironic and just so
humans, man.
The juxtaposition there is just crazy. I'm with you though. I don't know what my number is.
You wouldn't know what your number is till they shove that paper in front of you.
Right.
It could be as low as like 200,000.
$200,000 a year.
Like, yeah,
that's true. I asked my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, I do it for $100,000 a year." Just so there's your ethical dilemmas of the week. I like to take credit for the propaganda spewing ethical dilemma because that one was all me. I came up with that one.
That is a. You have to. It makes it make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Right. The Hannitys and the Carlsons. It makes it make a lot more sense that they get this number put in front of them and they're like, yeah.
Yeah. No, you read Hannity's story. This is he might legitimately be a conservative, but he doesn't believe all the shit he says.
No,
like he started as a shock jock on like late night radio in like a university town,
right?
Where he'd say crazy shit like anyone who gets an abortion should be hanged. That's how Hannity got started,
right?
And it paid,
right?
It's paying.
Yeah,
I was gonna keep saying it.
Yeah, How about you haven't been watching the news? Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, calling for the national divorce?
No, she's been making a lot of sense lately.
Another one my brother told me about that she's like pushing back on Trump for the Epstein file.
Yeah, and so there's a senator in Arizona that has yet to be confirmed,
Yeah.
and there's no reason. Mike Johnson's just making up shit,
Oh yeah.
and she's like, "Let's confirm her. Let's get the Epstein files released," because once she gets confirmed, that's all they need.
they
to
have enough
release them.
votes.
What else was she agreeable with this week? It was the government shutdown and how it's gonna raise everyone's premium. She's like, I'm not for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. What a weird world,
Right?
But this is what I'm telling you, like, without the cult leader
Mm-hmm.
in Trump, once he's done, once he's gone, I don't see it surviving. They will fracture like this.
Yeah.
Right? Like he can't even hold it together when he's losing Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I don't see this new Republican MAGA party. I don't see it surviving. It might survive, but it'll be much smaller as the party on the whole just fractures.
Right.
He's ruined it. So I got a funny one here.
Okay.
This is a body cam from a cop at a Chuck E. Cheese. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Who's in the mount suit? Was it the gentleman that was just up here? Okay.
Body cam walking into Chuck E. Cheese. There's kids playing. It's an arcade. We'll put this on TikTok. He's
Chucky's
walking
a
up to
little busy,
Chucky.
man. Chucky, come with me.
Chucky is in full costume, head on, gloves on. Like this is a mascot.
You're being detained. Stop resisting.
They are arresting him.
resisting, that's my
Stop
favorite.
resisting. They're arresting Chucky in front of the kids.
Oh,
These guys, man. I can't even remember what the guy did. Let's see.
why would they not let him?
Just walk him to the back?
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Time to go.
Or yeah. That's so.
Chuck E. Cheese, come with me, Chucky. That's what they said. Oh my God, these cops, man.
Turns out they actually weren't after the guy inside. They were misinformed. They were after Chuck E. Cheese. Crazy.
Oh, these cops are just fucking morons. What did he do though? I'm trying to remember. Officer taking his mouse. They put him in the police car and helped him take off his mouse head, furry hands, oversized shoes, and pants with suspenders. Oh, he's being charged with using a stolen credit card. The question that I have,
Not even dangerous then.
which he might have a defense for,
Hmm.
how did you identify him?
That's true.
Like, does the video of someone using a stolen credit card, is it literally Chuck E. Cheese?
So
You didn't even know it was me.
Mr. Cheese.
Yeah. Oh, good shit. This is so funny. Oh man, not to bring up Charlie Kirk again. This is actually funny though, because it's not related to the
Careful,
to the
Jimmy Kimmel.
it's not related to the murder. I'm watching TMZ live that day on YouTube.
Oh, right.
Okay. And I'm watching Harvey do his thing. So I didn't know this, but TMZ, I guess, streams live all day, every day. Just a cameraman walking around the office. So as breaking news comes in, you can see how the wheels turn.
Oh.
You see the machinery going, right? You see Harvey like giving orders to this guy to call that network, this guy call that network, right? This is before we knew that Charlie had died.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching this live stream, and Harvey's kind of sitting at a desk, and he's like, "Get me the number for the Fox affiliate in Utah."
No, right.
Okay. He calls him, has a conversation, blah, blah, blah. What do you know? Did they catch the perp? Blah, blah. And he's like, "You know what? Would you mind if I gave you my number?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And whoever's in control of the feed mutes his audio,
Right.
but you can read his lips. And within a couple minutes of him hanging up, he starts to get calls on his phone. Because there were like, I can't remember the number. There was like 30,000 people watching this live stream.
Oh, man.
And so Harvey accidentally gave out his phone number on the stream because someone read his lips. And he starts getting these calls like mid trying to find out if Charlie's dead.
Oh, my God.
At one point, he's like, I can't believe that just happened. And he's like super bugged.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Get a whole new phone number.
Yeah.
Never had to do that before.
I also had boar news.
Oh, you didn't even warn me.
I'm sorry.
I got to find the pig news sounder.
Yeah,
I don't
I
even
got
know
some
where
pig
it's at.
news. Police in Florida.
Oh, there it goes.
Police in Florida responding to a very unusual burglary today.
Police in Florida responding to a very unusual burglary.
They have to wrangle
today.
a
The
wild boar
suspect,
running rampant in a Florida home. Oh
breaking
man,
into
they're
a
so
home.
fast.
You can see it there.
They're so much faster
Yeah,
than
they will
think they
through
are.
a sliding
You
door.
up.
Police
Yeah.
were able to remove him from the home and return him to the woods.
Yeah, they're
Very
trying to-
carefully, those things are mean. Police in Florida
That's a
responding
big
to a
Oh my
very
God, that
unusual
pig's
burglary
huge.
That's a
today.
big
The
pig and a
suspect,
big cop.
No wonder they
boar,
kill people.
breaking into a
Jeez.
home.
Oh man, trying to wrangle it with some steel cable.
You can see it there. The animal
Awesome.
busting through a sliding door.
Pig on
Police
pig.
were able to remove him
Oh
from
my
the home and return him to the woods. Very carefully, those things are mean.
I guarantee if I
Police
click
in
on the
Florida
comments here,
responding to a
someone's
very-
had to have said it.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's just DeSantis. Oh man.
There's multiple. It's Ron
Yeah.
DeSantis.
Police state. Overdevelopment. Come on, someone give me the...
I'm not seeing any.
I mean, it's such a cheap shot. It's so easy.
You could be the first.
It's a pig on pig action. Oh, it's good stuff. Anyway, that's your boar news. Your pig news.
Pig news.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, wait.
What?
I got this other story.
Okay.
Listen, I understand. If you come up with a cool logo,
Mhm.
you want to own it.
Right.
You're like, it's mine. I came up with it. I'm going to stand by it.
Mhm.
Okay? Well, no longer. Swastikas still linger on some flags in Finland's Air Force, but on their way out. They finally said, you know what? Maybe we don't own the rights. Maybe we don't.
Own the rights? What?
Maybe the swastika thing isn't the best idea. Turns out that, yes, they had the swastika on their Air Force logo long before Mustache Man
Really?
co-opted it. Yes.
Oh, wow.
But it just took until now for them to be like, maybe the association just isn't great. You know, maybe we should take it off.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's blue, so it's blue and white, which is kind of even more of a slap in the face to the Israeli nation.
Oh, man.
But, oh, look at that. That's like recent.
Oh, no, this is now. Like, they still have this on some aircraft and flags. It's like they've just been trying.
No, and no one has ever been like, since 80 years, no one's been like, guys.
Yeah. The Air Force and the Finnish public generally had for years insisted the swastikas used in Finland's Air Force have nothing to do with the Nazi swastika.
Well, okay, but
But for now, following Finland's integration with NATO, policymakers have decided there's now a need to get more integrated with the forces of countries like Germany, the Netherlands, and France.
Germany.
countries where the swastika is clearly a negative symbol.
Right.
I mean, the world. Like,
Right. It was World War.
it was the world. Yeah. Listen, we've been using it since 1918. We can't. It doesn't matter,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, if I came up with a logo right now and, Donald Trump decided to start using it,
Yeah.
I just have to say
Like,
goodbye. Like,
I mean, I started MAGA.
Right.
Make Africa. I can't come up with a word.
make anal great again.
Right.
Was Spencer.
That was my.
He has hats from 2014.
Right. Before it was even a
Long
thing.
before the MAGA hats. And his were
True.
blue, though.
Yeah.
They were blue. They did say vote Trump, which was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
I
It was
don't know why you would do
even.
that.
Yeah. I was talking about Richard Trump.
Oh, yeah, Dick Trump.
Dick
Love
Tr-
that guy.
Dick Trump.
Listen, Croatian freediver shatters record for longest held breath. I think I put this story in here because he cheats.
What?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, cool. Let's see. He held his breath for 29 minutes. That's fucking crazy, right?
Right.
Beat the previous record by nearly 5 minutes. And you continue to read, and it's like, oh, it's because he was breathing pure oxygen for 10 minutes before.
Well, that's not.
That's cheating.
That doesn't work.
No. And it turns out that when he doesn't breathe pure oxygen, he can't even beat the non-pure oxygen record.
Well, then how is this a record?
It shouldn't be.
Also, what's the other record, and how can someone hold their breath that long?
Let's see. It's record-breaking 90%. Well, also some interesting stats. A seal can replace 90% of the air in its lungs, but humans can only replace 20% with a breath. Unaided breath holding is 11 minutes, 35 seconds.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. He can only hold his breath for 10 minutes, 8 seconds, this guy who beat the record by cheating.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah. It's like having, in my opinion.
Isn't that just like a performance enhancing drug?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, in my opinion, breathing oxygen before a breath hold is like, well, I can bench press 600 pounds when I'm wearing my mech suit.
Right.
Does that count?
Right.
Like, that should count.
No, that's totally the same. This is an outrage.
This is an outrage.
The previous record holder should be
29 minutes is pretty crazy. I'll give him that.
29 minutes?
Yeah. He had a lot of oxygen. A lot of pure oxygen.
Even then, how do you...
I don't know. Listen, it's not. I'm not saying it's not remarkable. I'm just saying Guinness.
Still sketchy.
Guinness shouldn't recognize.
It feels sketchy. 29 minutes.
We've seen them not hold up some pretty cool records.
Right, like the porta potty one, which I
yes.
completely forgot about what it even was. But
it was lighted porta potties,
right,
like
right,
Christmas
that's right,
lights.
That's right.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
It's an outrage. All right, are we ready for random headlines?
Yeah.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you these random headlines.
Now, this one isn't so random, but I do find it to be an interesting story.
Sometimes random can be pertinent.
Cat, well, I think it's got a lot of national attention at this point, but cat back at home at Lowe's after stowing away in truck. So, a beloved cat living at a Lowe's store in Virginia is safely back at home after stowing away on a truck to a distribution center in North Carolina.
So the Lowe's crew just has a cat?
Yeah, I've seen it before, like Home Depot's. There's just like a cat that lives in the store. And I guess this one lived in a Lowe's. Employees at the Lowe's store on West Broad Street in Richmond said the cat, Francine, has become a beloved member of the team and a local celebrity since the former stray found her way into the store 8 years ago and became its unofficial mascot. Francine went missing from the store in mid-September, and workers soon determined she had stowed away aboard a truck that departed the store and headed to the Lowe's distribution center in Garysburg, North Carolina.
How did they figure that out?
I don't know. Workers and thermal drone teams searched around the distribution center, but there was no sign of Francine until her face was spotted on a security camera on October 4th.
They called in search and rescue for this fucking cat?
Who put the bill on this?
Yeah, what?
Couldn't have been Lowe's.
No wonder my lumber cost.
I know.
You got thermal drones for your goddamn cat? Oh, man. Let's put an air tag on it. Like, there's another one in the picture with an air tag on it. It's a different cat.
Yeah. So yeah, they caught her and she made her way back to Virginia, and now she's back at home.
All right.
After more work than goes into.
I'd like to get her side of the story. Maybe she wanted out of Virginia. It's like, fuck this place.
Head to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Better climate.
Yeah, I want to get to the humidity. I don't know Virginia's humidity.
A black swan that took up residence in a British town is being relocated after attempting to drown some of the native mute swans.
What's a mute swan? A white one?
Yeah. Yes. Cyril Bennis, volunteer swan warden for the town of Stratford, which I guess makes sense.
This article I found is calling it the Terminator Black Swan. Get out of here.
Locals were initially excited by the presence of the Australia native black swan in the town, but everyone Bennis said that the swan got along with native mute swans at first, and locals dubbed him Reggie. That's
just like the English to kick the Australians out again. You know, send the criminals away.
Everyone was coming to Stratford to see the Black Swan. That can't possibly be true.
Yeah.
On the one hand, it was great. On the other hand, it caused a bit of nervousness in a sense because we didn't want it to settle in and we didn't want it to get too familiar with our mute swans.
What the fuck? What?
It's racism.
What?
It's racism.
Did it actually kill any mute swans?
I don't know. Hold on.
Okay.
The Swan Warden, which again is a real thing in Britain, renamed the visitor Mr. Terminator after he started showing another side. In the evening time, it had a different side to it, Bennis told CBC News. Listen, it was a nightmare, an absolute ruddy nightmare. He said the swan would attack the native male swans and try to mate with the females. Oh, so he's a rapist.
Just like every other swan, though?
It's like every other black swan. Trying to drown him, Bennis said. Quite horrendous, really, and it's natural. You know, these animals are wild animals, and they're not ornaments. Town officials secured a new home for the swan at the Dulwich Waterfall Centre in Devon, England, where he will be among other black swans. Because
so you locked him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You locked him up with the other black swans.
Typical English.
This is what a crazy. Didn't even kill anyone. Didn't even hurt anyone.
No, just attempted drowning. That's all.
Yeah, he's doing what Mother Nature intended.
Yeah, blacks drowning white.
Yeah,
whites. That's
exactly what's supposed to happen here.
Yeah,
English, man, I tell you what.
An Alabama resident took his facial hair to a record-breaking length when his beard locks reached a staggering length of 3 feet and 6 inches. Rudolph Martino, who moved from Birmingham from California in 2015, earned the Guinness World Records title for the longest natural beard locks on a living person.
Wait a second. What is the implication?
What is the record for a non-living person? Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's see. After growing his facial hair to a length that is over a foot longer than the height of the world's shortest woman.
What the man? This article is amazing. Whoever wrote this is like, what could we reference to say how long this is? What if we reference the world's shortest woman?
Yeah. The beard locks were inspired by the holy men of India, plus Jamaican Rastafarians who adopted the look from India. Martino told Guinness World Records. Martino said he washes his locks once every 2 weeks, and they can take 2 or 3 days to dry fully. He said he didn't intend to cut his hair or beard anytime soon. Now,
he does have long locks for.
I just want to go on
too.
record as saying this is kind of gross.
Every 2 weeks is
that's
well, dreadlocks. I understand. Locks, I understand. The beard, though, I'm looking at a picture of it. It's really not that. It's not thick.
Oh well, yeah.
You know, it's a thin
just,
beard.
But it stretches the height
of
the world's shortest woman, which I don't know what that is, but
it's over 2 feet longer than the world's longest penis.
Yeah.
Who also he also holds the record for that.
You know, it would really be a record if it was the longest pubes.
Yes.
The longest dreaded pubes. That's the record I'm going for.
Locks de pube. Yeah. Oh man, these guys who write these stories.
I have been growing my beard out pretty long. This is the longest I've ever done, and I can't imagine having that. That would be so annoying.
It's been a while since I've had mine. Mine was my COVID beard was pretty.
One. You had a good one.
Yeah, it was the COVID days.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
The Rona.
What a weird time.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yep. Only been 5 years. Or already been 5 years.
Already been.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gone by fast.
Yeah.
5 years. So. Oh, only 3.5 years left. We'll get through it.
Yeah.
Just don't watch anything. Just don't read anything. Just put on your ignorance cloak. You're not going to change anything.
Bliss.
If you're not going to change anything. So just vote. That's
true.
all you can do. So.
True.
All right. Well,
I guess that's it.
that's it. Thanks for being here, everybody. Find us at the Our Take Pod on TikTok, Instagram. Really, just TikTok and Instagram. We're on Facebook still. You can email us at ourtakepod@gmail.com. For episode 161 of the Our Take Podcast, I'm Brian.
I'm Spencer. See you next time.